The Galactic Council had grown comfortable in humanity's absence. For 500,000 years, Earth had remained silent. No transmissions, no expansion, no contact. The blue marble that once housed the most unpredictable species in known space had become nothing more than a footnote in galactic history. Zephyr Prime Kethvar adjusted his crystalline form as he addressed the assembled delegates. "The humans," he began, his voice resonating through harmonic frequencies, "were always an anomaly, violent, chaotic, impossible to predict. Their silence has been peaceful." The Thraxian ambassador, a towering insectoid with mandibles that clicked rhythmically, agreed. Good riddance. They complicated everything with their emotions and moral flexibility. The galaxy has prospered without them. Indeed it had. The Council now governed 47,000 civilizations across 12 spiral arms. Trade flowed smoothly, disputes were resolved through proper diplomatic channels, and expansion followed orderly, predictable patterns. Everything the humans had never been. Dr. Lisa Chen Okafor pressed her palm against the viewport of the UES Prometheus, watching the distant lights of the Andromeda Council station grow larger. Behind her, the ship hummed with technology that would have been incomprehensible to her ancestors. Technology born from 5 centuries of focused development in isolation. "Captain," her aide whispered, "we're receiving multiple hails. They seem agitated." Lysa smiled. "I imagine they are. Open a channel." The bridge erupted in chaos as her transmission reached the station. She could hear the panic in their voices, the scrambling of languages her universal translator was still parsing. Finally, a clear signal came through. "Unidentified vessel, you are in violation of restricted space. Identify yourself immediately. This is Dr. Lisa Chen Okafor of the United Earth Systems, representing humanity. We're here to rejoin the galactic community." The silence that followed was deafening. Kethvar stared at the readouts in disbelief. The vessel before them defied everything they knew about human technology. Where their ships had once been crude metal constructs held together by combustible chemicals, this craft seemed to bend space around itself. Its hull appeared to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously, and their most advanced sensors couldn't penetrate its outer layers. "How?" he whispered. "We monitored Earth. No transmissions, no energy signatures beyond basic planetary functions." The Thraxian ambassador's mandibles clicked nervously. "Perhaps they died out. This could be some other species using their name." But the being on the screen was unmistakably human. The same bilateral symmetry, the same curious eyes, the same unsettling smile they remembered from the archives. "We know you have questions," Dr. Chen Okafor continued. "We've been listening. For 500,000 years we've watched and learned. We saw how the galaxy grew, how peace was maintained. We decided to approach things differently this time. On Earth, the transformation had been gradual but absolute. The crisis that drove humanity to silence, the near-extinction event of 2157, had forced a fundamental reevaluation of their place in the universe. Instead of rushing outward with violence and chaos as they had before, they turned inward. They had developed what they called deep-time thinking, planning not in years or decades but in geological epochs. Every decision was weighed against consequences spanning millions of years. They had learned patience from the mountains, persistence from the oceans, and quiet strength from the slow dance of continents. But they had never stopped being human. "Thar," Council's emergency session was a cacophony of fear and confusion. 50,000 civilizations all talking at once, all asking the same questions. How had humanity advanced so far? What did they want? Were they the same violent species that had nearly destabilized the galaxy 500,000 years ago? Their ship, reported the Vorthon science minister, appears to manipulate space-time itself. They're not traveling through space. They're convincing space to rearrange itself around them. Their energy readings are off our scales, added the Crystalline Collective's representative. It's as if they've learned to harness quantum fluctuations at a macroscopic level. Kethvar felt something he hadn't experienced in millennia. Genuine fear. What do they want? Dr. Chen Okafor materialized in the council chambers not through teleportation, but through what appeared to be controlled quantum tunneling. She stood before the assembled delegates, her form solid and real, yet somehow existing in perfect harmony, with the quantum foam around her. "We want what we've always wanted," she said simply. "To explore, to learn, to help." Help? The Thraxian ambassador's voice dripped with skepticism. Humans don't help. They conquer. They consume. They chaos. The humans you knew were children, Dr. Chen Okafor replied. We've grown up. We spent 500,000 years learning to be still, to listen, to understand consequence. We mastered our own nature before we mastered the universe. She gestured, and the air around her filled with impossible beauty. Star charts showing the gentle nurseries where new civilizations were being born in distant galaxies, cosmic phenomena that threatened entire sectors, mysteries that had puzzled scientists for eons. We've been gardeners, she continued. Quiet ones. When the Skeeth Empire threatened the Outer Rim, who do you think whispered the solution into your scientists' dreams? When the quantum plague began spreading through the Magellanic clouds, who provided the cure through coincidental discoveries? The chamber fell silent. You've been helping us? Kethavar's voice was barely a whisper. Protecting you, guiding you, learning from you. Dr. Chen Okafor's eyes held depths that seemed to contain starlight. We're not the same species that left. We've learned that the greatest strength isn't in taking or conquering, it's in choosing when to act and when to wait. We've learned patience from geology and urgency from quantum mechanics. She paused, letting her words sink in. But now, the galaxy faces challenges beyond anything the Council has encountered. Dark matter constructs from intergalactic space. Reality-eating paradoxes from parallel dimensions. The quiet time is ending. The delegates exchanged glances filled with new understanding and ancient fear. So, Dr. Chen Okafor concluded, her smile carrying both warmth and the terrible promise of awakened human potential. Shall we begin? Behind her, through the viewport, 1,000 ships materialized from folded space, each one a masterpiece of patient engineering, each one carrying humans who had learned to dream in deep time while keeping their hearts burning with the same fierce love of discovery that had always defined their species. Humanity had returned, and the universe would never be the same.